honestly started kind of all as a joke. Like, I jokingly was like, haha, I'm going to be president. And then I got put on the exec board as a freshman, which is kind of something new that we hadn't seen before within our chapter. And then I just really enjoyed it. And then I got really close with the president before me, and I had kind of helped her with certain things. And then I got more confident. And then I was like, all right, I'll just run and see what happens. And then, yeah, I ended up getting it. So. When looking at what values are most important when being the sorority president, I'd say the top one is being open-minded. It's really easy to kind of just like shut people down and be like, I want to do it the way I want to do it. But it's also important to remember you're put in this position to be kind of the voice of 100+ women. So you have to like listen to what they're saying. So that's probably the top value. And then I also think being like compassionate. It's important to make sure that every member is okay and like their well-being is the top priority before sorority things. So I think those are the two top most important if I had to pick. When looking at kind of my overall like duties as president, I communicate with Panhellenic on this campus, and then I also communicate with our headquarters, and then I also kind of just like am an overview of our exec board, so I kind of keep them on track and keep them like understanding what's going on and what they're doing. When I'm not doing school and I'm not doing sorority stuff, I have 6 roommates, so we all hang out all the time. We're always in the living room goofing off or watching TikToks or Lord only knows what. So I love spending time with them, and then also just like hanging out with all my friends within the chapter. And then I'm super close with my family too, so I love going home to visit them. It's always a blast. If I had to look at if I had a mentor throughout this presidency, I definitely became extremely close with our advisor from our headquarters that they give us to kind of just like keep us on track. Her name's Brittany Hardery, and we kind of turned into best friends throughout the past year too. So I can ask her for guidance on kind of Alpha Z Delta stuff and then also life stuff. And she also was always there to like check on my mental health throughout everything, throughout recruitment, throughout just like stressful school time. So she wasn't only there for me just for sorority purposes, but she's also been there for me for anything I need her for. So she's been a big blessing, yeah.
I'm Brittany Hardery, and I serve as the National Team Program Director for Alpha Zeta Delta, and I oversee our group at Ohio University, which is how I know Maya, as she is one of the student leaders for the group on campus. Maya, as chapter president, was one of the strongest leaders that I've seen. I used to work for Alpha Zeta Delta as a full-time job working for the nonprofit organization, and now I'm a high school teacher, and so I've seen a wide variety of the student leaders at various campuses across our country, and Maya was definitely one of the strongest student leaders I've seen. She was able to take ideas and elevate them to a level that was expected of her, as well as she was able to delegate and really encourage our women within the organization. And our motto is to realize your potential. And so within that, Maya was able to do that in her role as chapter president, but also allow our collegiate women to grow and realize their potential too under her leadership.
I think the most rewarding part about being a sorority president is kind of seeing the impact you have on people's college experiences. So like people will come up and be like, this chapter has changed my life for the better, and like I've made friends that I would have never expected to make. And that's a really cool thing, because I know that, as kind of this sounds a little bit cocky or conceited, but it's like I like make this chapter run, right? Like I'm the reason that this chapter is where it is. And so it's really cool to see that and see it like change people's lives for the better.